Hey, it's Allison Steinberg, your host, and I'm here just to welcome you to Estheticians in Business, the podcast.
Hey, welcome to Estheticians in Business, the podcast, and welcome back to week 2 of All About Promotion. So, this entire February, I am going to be doing 4 weeks on promotions from A to Z on promotions. And this week, we're going to be talking about choosing the right promotion for your business, not just what sounds. And I know that sometimes that can be hard, but it's okay. We're going to walk through this together. And by the end of these 4 weeks, you're going to have like a full plan, knowing what to do with your promotions. And if you haven't already, I have linked in the show notes the free promo checklist that helps you walk through promotions. And of course, guys, I chose to talk about this February because every single year people go into the year planning promotions like a week out, and then it just looks wild and you get discouraged. And so we're going to prevent as much discouragement as possible. And on top of that, if you have no idea who I am, hello. I am Allison. I am your esthetician business coach, marketing coach. I am that person that's going to teach you how to get your business from A to Z, whether that's from you making $4,000 a month or less, or if your goal is over 6 figures, I help you with that. And I help you with systemizing, with confidence, with selling, all the things that you may need as an esthetician. I am here for you. And one of the things is promotions. One of the things I teach you is how to build a promotion, how to build wait lists, how to do all those things. And so last week we talked about why most promotions fail. And if you listened to the episode and thought, oh, this like actually explains a lot, just know it's okay. You're still learning. And today we're actually going to be building on that because knowing why promotions fail is actually like a huge thing. But knowing what to actually run is where most people get stuck. And this is where I can see a lot of solo estheticians will spin out because they're short on ideas or they're just really short on clarity what they want in their business. Because most estheticians don't struggle because they don't have like promotions. A lot of the times they struggle because they got too many. Okay. They have too many ideas going around, too many options, too many things that they could be doing. So instead of choosing intentionally, they're either doing nothing because you get stuck in paralysis over analysis, copying someone else, or they pick something that doesn't actually support their business and they're wondering why it didn't work. And before you're like, oh my God, this is like aggressive. Yes, I agree. It's slightly aggressive. But I'm sharing this with you because of the fact that we're entrepreneurs. And as an entrepreneur, I have a lot of things going on in my brain, a lot of stuff happening in my noggin. And it can be really overwhelming to try to put that all down. And so sometimes we have to like be very intentional with the things we ask ourselves and the things that we do in our business. Otherwise, it can feel like we're flailing. And if you do not like consider yourself a CEO, then you're just an employee. And employees don't make decisions. CEOs do. And so I want you to think about other businesses that are like big, right? Those Fortune 500s, the businesses that are just like massive in our community. They're doing really well. It's because they sit down, they plan. They sit down, they educate. They sit down and they do the work outside of doing the business stuff. Okay. So let's talk about real quick why good ideas can still really fail. And I want to say something that might sting. Okay. But I promise it's helpful. A promotion can be a good idea, but still be a really bad fit for your business. And just because something sounds fun, trendy, or exciting doesn't necessarily mean it's strategic for you and your business because promotions don't exist in like some type of vacuum. Okay. They sit inside whatever capacity you have in your business. So, how many clients you can take, your schedule, maybe your pricing, and it can focus really on your energy and your goals. Like, that's why a promotion should exist. So, the real question you should be asking is not what promotion you should run, but what does my business actually need right now? And when I say that, it's because there's different ways to run a promo. Do you need money? Do you need clients? Do you need to fill spots? Do you need something specific? And so we're going to go over really some of these kind of categories I'm talking about because I want to simplify this for you. Every promotion falls into one of these 4 categories. And once you know which category you need, that promotion can almost choose itself for you. So, is a promo there to fill your books? Okay. These are one that maybe your schedule has gaps. Maybe a lot of cancellations are creeping in and you need more consistent bookings. These promos are typically your short term. They're about kind of building momentum, okay? They work best when your pricing is already super solid, your services are very clear, and you just need people to act right now. These are not meant to save your business, they're meant to kind of just smooth it over. This is really important, especially if you were like, I just need to fill some gaps. This is really great having a promotion that you run for people that haven't come in 3 months. Stuff like that. It doesn't have to be like to everybody all the time when you run a promotion. Now, promotion number 2 would be your cash flow promotions. These are where you need money in hand, okay? Expenses are heavy, you're planning ahead financially, and this is where you typically are going to think prepaid packages, gift card incentives, limited pay in full offers. These are not everyday promotions. They're intentional and they're very planned. And when you do them right, they reduce stress instead of creating more. Cash flow promos are really awesome when you're in a place where you're like, okay, I need money right now. Something has happened, or I am struggling financially, or I really need to get more retention. This is really a great place to be. So, knowing that you could focus on an actual cash flow promo makes things a little bit easier. All right, so number 3 would be your retention promos. And this one's actually probably my favorite because I've talked about retention a few times, even in those past promotions I just talked about. But these are great for getting your clients to come back, increasing visit frequency, strengthening loyalty amongst your clients. Retention promos are typically quiet, okay? And this is what I was saying a minute ago. They don't always look flashy online. They're not always like talked about online. Like I have ran tons of promotions for my clients currently that are just specific to certain clients, to a certain category of clients, like ones that I am trying to get back to come back. They're very powerful because it's always easier to rebook somebody who already trusts you than to convince somebody who doesn't know you. And then lastly, there's a positioning promo. These are for elevating your brand, attracting a new client. This is a big part of this. A lot of the times people try to do all the other kind of promotions and attract a new client, but it doesn't make tons of sense. You're going to be moving away from those kind of price shoppers. These promos aren't necessarily about filling your space. They're about shaping what your business could look like. And they help you say, this is like who I'm serving now. This is the person I'm reaching out to. This is the person that I want to come into my business. They matter because people realize more of who you are and what your business is rather than some price shop that you have. So, why most people pick the wrong type? And here's a lot of the times why these things kind of go sideways because people choose promotions based on emotion instead of need. They run a cash flow promo. Like I said, a lot of people do the cash ones when they really need is retention. So instead of doing ones where you're constantly like money, 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 you need to be focusing on the person that's was just in front of you and getting them back. Like how many times have I literally, I can't even count it. I've talked to a student or I've talked to somebody and I'm like, when was the last time you followed up with your clients who haven't come back in? When was the last time you asked somebody to rebook? Like these are all very, very, very important things. And that's the kind of promo I would recommend you do. You want people to be part of what you do all the time. Okay. So the big thing is I see is a lot of people will discount when they really needed to understand what's going on in their business. So running a flashy promo isn't what they needed. What they needed truly was consistency, and they blamed the promotion instead of the mismatch of what you needed really in your business. And so this is where I literally say all the time, like, I want you to have a self check. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror, in your phone camera, I don't know. And I want you to pause and just be like, right now, what does my business need? And if you're just like, Allison, my business needs money. Okay, your business needs money. But does your business need money because you haven't gotten repeat clients? Or does your business need money because you have had a lot of cancellations and you need to fill some gaps? Or does your business truly need money because you like truly need money? Like, what is that understanding? Like, do you have a clear positioning of what your business actually needs? And your answer to any of this is like out of desperation. I want you to truly take another step back, okay? A proverbial step back or a legitimate step back. Because I want you to know that you need to stop running promotions just because it's a holiday, just because someone else is doing it, just because you feel pressure to. Just because you're afraid to slow down, promotions should not support your business, like purely. They do not control it. They should just be an add on, an extra, a something, a oomph, a boost. You need to have the foundation, the consistency, and all of those things. And that's honestly what I coach and what I teach and all the things that come along with my business that I do with estheticians is I teach you the foundation and we add in the promos. And I teach you how to have year after year promotions that you don't have to keep thinking about. So with that, I'm actually gonna I typically don't, okay? I typically don't talk about my coaching in the sense of actually link my coaching links because typically I only work with current students. And I do that for various reasons. But what I will do is this one time I will post my coaching link. And I have variation of options. But if you're somebody who's struggling with the foundations in your business, your promotions, if you're somebody who's like, I am overwhelmed, I don't know if you know where to start, then I want you to click the link and book a coaching call with me. Okay. And we'll figure it out together. But, anyways, let's talk about some practical stuff that you can do. Your homework this week, okay? You're having homework. Welcome back to school. Is I want you to write down what does my business need most right now? And even just take a second, pause for a second on this, and I'll be right here. So you can pause it and think about what does your business truly need? What promotional category will support what your business needs? And then what kind of promo would feel sustainable for you? And that's it. There's no Canva creation, there's no posting, purely clarity. That is it. You're just getting an idea of what your business needs, nothing else. Okay. So, with that, guys, next week we're going to be taking this even deeper and we're going to be talking about how to plan promos for the entire year. So, you're not constantly reacting, scrambling, or starting from scratch. So, the best promotions honestly feel predictable. They feel less panic inducing, okay? And it's just gonna be super helpful. My past 2 promotions I have ran for my business have actually been super, freeing because they've been planned, they've been exciting, I've been able to have the work done prior, and I was just ready for it. And let me tell you, when you have that kind of peace with a promotion, you're just like, "I know it's gonna work because I'm speaking, directly to somebody, not out of panic, but out of excitement." And so, what I'm going to do, guys, again, is in the show notes, I'm going to tag or link the promo checklist. I'm going to link my fully booked framework that goes over how to have a foundational business. And I'm actually going to post or link my coaching link in there. So, yeah, guys, check it all out. Whatever you need at this moment. If you're like, I need help with promotions, go to obviously the free one. If you need help with marketing and laying out your entire business and getting clients, get the Book Solid framework. But if you need something that's more one-on-one and you need support of I'm going to give you specific resources of what you actually need and we're going to work through those things together, then check out my coaching link. But anyways, I will see you guys next week as we truly cover how to plan promotions for the entire year. Anyways, hope everybody has a great week and I will talk to you later. Love you. Bye.